Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm here with a little news from boxing. So you know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, heavyweight Jarrell Miller has said something I think is very profound, very noteworthy, and something to keep your eye on. Jarrell Miller said, listen, I will fight LUIZ Ortiz. Actually, I want to fight LUIZ Ortiz, right? The boogeyman of the heavyweight division. All I want from Eddie Hearn in Matchroom is this, to give me a mandatory slot after that fight. He wants to become the mandatory challenger for somebody after that fight. And his reasoning is this, after you beat the boogeyman, you become the boogeyman. And you can't get no fights. So he's like, I'm going to beat the old dude. He didn't call him old dude. He said, I'm going to beat him. No doubt about it. But what am I going to get after that? I think that's a valid question. I think this is a good way to go. Keep doing what you're doing, Jarrell Miller, because you're going to get yourself into a fight. And let's see what you can do. Now, let's be real about Jarrell Miller. He's 18-0, 1 draw, 16 KOs, right? You know, but the man's between 270 and 300 pounds. I told you guys. So he ain't scared of nobody. You know, he was undefeated for 3 years in kickboxing and MMA before boxing. So he ain't scared of nobody. I'm pretty sure he has total belief in himself, right? Now, the best guy on his resume is Fred Cassie. He hasn't really beat anybody of note in boxing yet, but it's just his mindset. I don't think he's scared of nobody. He even said, hey, listen, Deontay too. He called Deontay Wilder a fraud, and he said Deontay Wilder wouldn't want to fight him. Now, we don't know about if all this is true, but I think Jarrell Miller has a good point when saying, make sure I become a mandatory after I beat LUIZ Ortiz, because after you beat somebody that's a monster like that, it becomes hard to get fights, right? Look what happened to, and I'm going to mention it often, I've told you guys, what happened to Guillermo Rigondeaux after he beat Nonito Donaire, right? They couldn't find nobody to beat him, so we got to label him something and put him on the outskirts in obscurity. Can't get no fights. The guys who duck him, Carl Frampton, Leo Santa Cruz, are going on to bigger fights. Carl Frampton has just received Fighter of the Year. The same year, he openly ducked Guillermo Rigondeaux. These are the things that can happen. So Jarrell Miller is on to something. Look what happened to Andre Ward after the Super 6 tournament. After you beat all those guys, Carl Froch came out straight up, and I thought it was cool for Carl Froch. Look, man, I can't beat that guy, basically. So I'm Kessler and all them other dudes. They could have fights, right? Significant fights, right? Under and acknowledged as not as good as Andre Ward, but those fights were still lucrative, which is not, it's cool. But the guy who beats all of these guys, who's acknowledged as the best, can't get fights and is not getting paid as handsomely as they are. So this is something that Jarrell Miller has paid attention to. It's good to see a young man thinking broadly like this, thinking in the future of what can happen. I hope he gets what he wants, because it's only fair. If he goes and takes care of the boogeyman LUIZ Ortiz, which is not an easy task, then yes, he will be avoided. People be talking about, hey, that's high risk, low reward, right? Unless he has a title, I'm not getting with him, right? Seen it happen to Wilder too back in the day, but people don't pay attention to it. But these are the things that can happen. So let's keep our eye on that. But like I said in another video, it's a little Super 6 vibe going on in the heavyweight division. Wilder against your boy here from New Zealand, can't think of Joseph Parker, right? Klitschko, Joshua, Jarrell Miller, Ortiz. Let's see what happens. It's getting really exciting. Keep doing what you're doing, Jarrell Miller. You're on the right path. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here.